Have you ever wondered how to make a small acoustic performance sound like a big rock concert? Well, today we're here at the beautiful Swan Club in Roslyn, New York, where we've set up for the chuppah, and I'm going to be doing a performance on solo acoustic guitar and voice, and we're going to show you how to make it sound huge. And the trick is, it's not about volume. Check it out. So it all starts here in the front of the room, where we have our first speaker. Now, in the front of the room is the chuppah, and you'll see that they're actually setting up here, setting up flowers, setting up the canopy, trying to make it really, really beautiful for the bride and groom. But our job is to make it sound like a real show. A lot of people may set up one speaker over where we're performing, but in this case, we decided to use the room to our advantage. This room has a lot of windows, very reflective surfaces, and it's also going to be really, really reverberant. So we want to try to avoid setting up one speaker in the front and just blasting everyone. So let me show you our setup. You can see over here, we have our mixer and our laptop and our guitar, and this is where I'm going to be performing. It's a small space over here. A lot of people may set up one speaker right here and try and blast it at its top volume to this entire room. But if you turn around and look at the entire room, you'll notice that it's a very, very long hallway. And what happens if you do that is you end up creating a situation for the guests that's extremely unpleasant. Because the guests in the front over here, who are sitting in the first few rows, may have an experience that's way too loud. Whereas the guests in the back may find that it's very hard for them to hear, especially when you have the air conditioning on and all of this stuff. So what we did with this setup was we spread our speakers around the room, lowered the volume of the speakers, so now what we get is we get a sound that's smooth, it's even, and it spreads beautifully. I'll show you. Our first speaker is right over here. This is the front of the room. This is for the left side of our mix, if you're staring at it on the left side. This is going to cover this row of chairs back here and half of this row here. And then come to the other side, our second speaker, which will project all the way back to the room. But now you'll see that it is a long room. And I was thinking, how are we going to reach the back without being too loud? Because if we blast here in the front, it may be too loud in the front and too soft in the back. So I'll show you how we solve that. Follow me. Okay, so here we are in the back of the room now. This third speaker is really the key to the success of this chuppah. This third speaker is going to spread throughout the back here, and it's going to fill in the rest of the sound. Now, what that does is it doesn't only add sound to the back, it also allows us to reduce the sound of the speakers in the front, which is really going to spread evenly, and you'll see the sound is really stellar. Let's go back to the front, and I'll show you what it sounds like. Okay, so here we are at our setup. I'm actually on the mic here, and you can hear that it's spreading around the room. But I'm going to show you how, when I bring in the guitar, how much the sound really, really fills out the room. Every night in my dreams, I see you, I feel you. That is how I know you go on. Near, far, wherever my heart does go on. Once more, you open the door, and you're here in my heart, and my heart will go on and on. Okay, so you could see that it's got a nice full sound. But there's one more key to the sound that really makes this special, and that is the effects. Check this out. So the mistake a lot of people make is they do a very simple sound. They'll take one speaker, they'll plug in the guitar and the voice. It'll be very dry, it'll be very lifeless. I find that the effects really give it a magical touch. Let me show you how I do that. If you come in here to our FXA and FXB, FXA is actually my reverb. You could see over here, it's got the Shir Soul reverb. Actually, I spelled Shir sour. Shir Soul reverb, it's a small hall reverb, and then FXB is the delay, it's a mono delay. So you choose FXA and FXB here, and you can assign them to different tracks. Now here, my guitar and my voice are on tracks 7 and 8. So I just assign 7 and 8 My FXA, that's the reverb, and FXB is the delay. I put the delay on the vocal, but not on the guitar. And you could also tap the tempo of the delay. So if your song is slow, you could just tap that tempo, and that's going to match the speed of your song. So here we're near, far, wherever you are. So we just tap the tempo, and then when I pick up the guitar, I'll show you the sound of that effect. I'll raise that a little bit. Check this out. Just put it back on. So now you can hear the vocal. There it is. Near, far, wherever you are, I believe that the heart does go on. And it's very subtle. It's just to add an effect. And it really, really adds that. So between the combination of putting the speakers the way we have around the room and adding the effects, what you achieve is something that sounds really professional, really big, and really impressive when it's only just me on guitar. Thank you so much for joining me for this episode of Shir Soul Sound. I'll get off this mic now. Please comment below and let me know what you'd like to learn about next. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks so much. Take care.